So many of you have just joined, and I will wait a few more minutes so that all other students join us. This is the master circular that I have recommended you to read. I cannot make PPT of this master circular due to time constraint, but I wanted all of you to read it. So we will discuss quick points of this circular in few minutes. Before that, those who have qualified in IBPS RRB exam today, a hearty congratulations to all of them. So this is a great team that has a great number of people that those who have qualified in our batches, in both our batches. So that's a great sense of relief. At least some of you, those who appeared this, will have morale boost. Will get a morale boost to prepare all these exams. Okay, so I know that one success will come with some more success, will bring some more success to you. So I will conduct an interview batch for all of you. Don't worry about it. So let's start the class today. We'll not waste more time because you have to prepare self-study in this time. Okay, so let's start. So this is the master circular of KYC. I think all of you will be knowing that KYC is derived from PMLA, okay, Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, and the main purpose of KYC is what? CFT, combating financing of terrorism. That is a recommendation of FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force. I think many of you know FATF as it is in news for putting Pakistan in grey list, and Pakistan is struggling to come out, but the chance is that they will slip to blacklist. Okay, FATF's main reason is to stop terrorism funding, terrorism financing. So the main reason is to check AML, anti-money laundering activities, right? So for that, you have two things to understand. This is customer due diligence and OBD. What could be the CDD documents, and what are the officially valid documents, OBD. And the questions that I have seen in last exams is like that. Can a NREGA card be treated as OBD or due diligence form? Similar questions like this. So you have to check out which documents are treated as official valid document, which can we take, which of these we can take as address proof, or which can be treated as both ID and address proof, etc. These type of questions are being asked. Okay, so at the end of this session we'll discuss few topics, a few descriptive topics, and by tomorrow I will give you a list of topics that you need to prepare for descriptive paper. I will put it in group either by tonight or by tomorrow morning. I will give you the entire list. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so this is the purpose. Banks and financial institutions have been advised to follow certain customer identification procedure for opening of accounts. Can you tell me what is KYC? What are the documents treated as KYC? What are the documents we treat as KYC? What is a KYC document? If you, I will tell you, bring your KYC. What will you bring? Yes, Richa, welcome. Okay. Aadhaar, yes, not Aadhaar. I'm not telling you about Aadhaar. No, not driving. Don't go by individual documents. Individual documents. What do you mean by KYC? Give me an answer like a banker. No. I'm not asking you about the document name. What type of document is treated as KYC? So many classes have gone. You should have your clear basics. I have recommended you. Yes, OBD is one of them. No, what I mean to say, yes, there are three things called, yes, customer identification. See. There are three things. If I tell you KYC, that means I'm telling you ID proof, address proof, and photograph. Okay. ID proof, address proof. Then in ID proof, whether you take OBD, If you take OBD in ID proof, then in address proof, the customer due diligence form is there. So you, as a banker, you will understand that I'm talking about identity proof, ID proof, address proof, plus photograph, recent photograph. Okay, these three things are required, and definitely this will be customer identification. This is going to be, these are secondary, and OBD is a relatively complex term. You have to understand few things, even if few bankers don't know what is OBD. But as a general banker, you must know that when I talk about KYC, I am talking about ID proof, address proof, and in simpler word, and by using few words, you can state your customer, those who don't understand what KYC is, you tell them bring an ID proof, an address proof, and one photograph. That is it. Okay. And nowadays there are CKYC. What is CKYC? Just check CKYC. This is important. CKYC. Yes. Centralized KYC. Okay. And what is CKYC? Okay. Yes. Centralized. Yes. By Sarsai. Okay. Great, Nagarjan. Okay. CKYC R for register. Registry. Okay. Registry. CKYC registry that is maintained by that Sarsai. Okay. So not to avoid duplication, unnecessarily, yes, you can say duplication, and unnecessarily customer will not go for doing multiple KYC. Okay. Yeah. This will be ease of documentation, right? The other use is ease of documentation, right? Yes, ease of documentation. Okay. So bank and financial institutions have advised by FATF on anti-money laundering. Okay, so it is a global phenomena, right? AML, FATF, these are global phenomena, and these are very varied topics. Okay, so in entire world there are discussions how to combat terrorism. So AML KYC is not a term, is not a topic. AML, I'm not talking about KYC. I'm talking about AML. AML is a term that is globally used. So bankers are need to have sufficient knowledge about it. Okay. So list of circulars issued. So, and you cannot be casual about KYC, because if you are casual about KYC, then you are giving you are facilitating anti-money laundering activities. So you have to be strict on KYC norms, and post KYC the official verification is also required. Okay, original seen and verified is also a part of KYC, right? Okay. Yes, CPV, yes. Okay. So we are talking about customer due diligence for banks by Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, which suggestions, wherever considered necessary, have been issued. Banks and FIs have been advised to ensure that a proper policy framework is maintained and is in place with the approval of their boards. And if there is a simple loophole found in implementing AML KYC, then bank can be charged with a high penalty. Okay, and many a time, and there is a chance of direct license cancellation. Banks cannot take it lightly. Okay, so even you are instructed to not to take it lightly. Okay, the objective of AML KYC, AML CFT guidelines is to prevent banks FIs from being used intentionally or unintentionally by criminal elements of money laundering, terrorist financing activity. So the main activity is terrorist financing. Okay, The secondary is fraud check, normal frauds, etc. The first and foremost point is terrorist financing. Okay. If you will be asked what is the most usefulness and what is the main purpose of AML KYC, that is to combat terrorist financing, right? Not documentation, not customer identification, etc. The first and foremost thing is anti-money laundering activities need to be checked. So definition of customer, I think you are you know it, so no need to mention it, right? Okay, so let's move to the next session. Designated officer is someone who is designated by the bank to look after all these activities. Official valid document means passport, the driving license, the PAN, the voter identity card, Election Commission of India card, job card issued by NREGA. What is NREGA? National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, right? Duly signed by an officer of state government. Letter issued by Aadhaar UID. Okay, letter issued by UID means when Aadhaar is not given to you, you have enrolled for Aadhaar, but you have not allocated a Aadhaar number. Okay, or any other document notified by Government of India. Provided that where simplified measures are applied for verifying the identity, yes. PAN card is OVD, na? PAN card is OVD. You can use it, but PAN card you cannot use as address proof because there is no address in it. Okay. So PAN card is OVD. Here OVD means what are the official valid documents? You have to check it out. PAN, voter ID card, etc. Okay. Aadhaar plus this Aadhaar enrollment number, right? Enrollment form. If someone has enrolled for Aadhaar and not yet received the Aadhaar number, that enrollment slip is also acceptable, right? Identity card of applicants photograph issued by central and state government departments, statutory regulatory authorities, public sector undertakings, SCB, scheduled commercial banks, and public financial institutions. Okay, so apart from all these above documents, if someone has an identity card of bank, scheduled commercial bank, private banks are also okay in it, or you have a railway ID card, you have a ID card of Coal India, then that is also acceptable. Getting it? You have to check it. What he is saying? State governments, PSU, they will ask. A customer comes with a Coal India identity card. Can you accept it as OVD? These type of questions are going to be asked. Pattern is changing, right? Patterns are changing. So I have said it in, you have seen in PNB exam. So those who are preparing in conventional ways have got no clue. So our batch students, even few questions were out of syllabus, out of our preparation, but they could attend it. Why? Because fundas need to be clear. So whenever you are reading something, ask yourself the logic behind it. Then only you will qualify, because the next step is interview, and in interview you cannot come up with reading 3-4 PDFs and say I have read it and I will qualify. No, they will ask you and they will get to understand whether you have idea about it or not. Okay, so don't only read, ask the logics, get the answers, you will be qualified. Okay, no issue for global GANs, no time for global GANs, sorry. Sir, please share me essay topics. Yes, don't worry. Letter writing demo, that is, see, I am going to tell you at the end what to do for letter writing and essay. They are going to ask you to write letters regarding the problems that someone face inside branch, and the level of yours is expected as a branch manager. If you are facing acute shortage of electricity or supply of bank stationery items, so you write a letter to your manager administration to address the problems. So these type of questions they are going to ask you. or write a letter that for COVID-19, you ask your district collector that at least some safety measures or some uh, medical facilities will be provided inside bank. So these type of letters, and what are related to what you as a branch manager need to write. These type of letter writing they are going to give you. Problem solving related, right? You are facing some issues inside bank, so you have to write a letter to your higher authority, to government officials, to solve the issue, right? There is a mismatch in a check. You have received check from Bank of Baroda for clearing, but there is a name mismatch, there is a signature mismatch, you need to return the check, so write a letter about it. Okay, so these type of letters you are going to write. You have noticed that there are some rogue elements that are roaming outside the branch, or you are feeling it is not safe to have this bank premises at this place or ATM at this place. Write a letter to your manager administration to relocate, or write a letter to police officials, SP of your town, to provide you adequate security. Okay, so these type of issues they are going to ask you. So here you just have to have the address and see. Nowadays you don't need to write applications by a great salutation. The salutation time period has gone. Earlier, when there is a British era, it was necessary to have a big salutation. Respected sir, with due respect and kind consideration, I want to state following few lines for your kind consideration, etc. They have to write a very long letter. But now you have to start with a dear sir, I uh, I am Naman or something. You would start with your name, so you can go ahead. Or directly, I want to tell you that there is an issue, but you have to highlight the issue and be simple as possible. They don't want your vocabulary skills to be presented in your descriptive or in your letter writing. They want you to know that whether you have the ability to write a letter in proper manner, or can you communicate the problems of the branch to your higher management in a clearer way or not. Don't go by vocabularies. Okay, even if they will find you having a high vocabulary, then they may give you 2-3 marks, not more than that. But you should be grammatically correct and be simple as possible. In a letter writing, you don't need to showcase your skills, vocabulary skills. You should be presentable, right? You should be presentable. Okay, if you need to write a open letter to prime minister showing for some issues, and you want that letter to be published in media, so you want a better writing skill, because when this will be discussed in social media or in print media or in electronic media, the media persons will tell what a style of writing. But here you don't need it. You just go be as simple as possible, but be clear. Give a sense. Like when you started that there is a water issue in your branch, I want a RO to be fixed at my branch. So be specific. What type of issue you are facing? In my area, the water level is so poor, so the allocation limit is 5,000, but under 5,000 we are not able to buy any suitable RO, any suitable water filter for our branch. So request your kind consideration to enhance the limit for case to case basis for our branch to from 5,000 to 10,000. Okay, so they will say you questions like, they will say you that your expenditure limit for a branch is rupees 10,000, but this month you have exceeded the limit and it is now 15,000. So write a letter to your regional manager. or write a letter to take approval from the district collector to conduct a meeting or conduct an awareness camp in so and so locality, and due to COVID-19 there is no permission given, so write a special letter on that occasion. And in descriptive paper, in essay, be specific. No, they will ask you to write about privatization. They will ask you to write the economic impact of COVID-19. Okay, economic impact. Okay, impact in income level due to COVID-19, fall of banks, like many banks are falling nowadays. So, what are the way ahead? Okay, bank consolidation, what do you think about it? And some more topics I am going to give you. Okay, I have forwarded few topics. I have selected few topics and I have forwarded it, and I have told someone in higher management to look into it and um, select important ones. And I have requested him. He told me that he has taken a photograph and he has already shared it to my mobile, but I have not received it in WhatsApp. After the class, I will once request him and I will give it to you. I think these are going to be useful. Okay, so don't worry about it. It will be provided to you. Okay, so in official valid document, how many of you have read this master circular? So if you have read it, so okay, yes, Madhu, thank you. So if you have read it, read like this: is this document valid or not? Will you take it as OVD or customer due diligence document? Someone has come up with a identity card from Escorts India. Will you take Escorts India ID card as official? You will take this Escort India's ID card as official valid document? No, right? No. Okay. Someone has come up with UTI Mutual Fund ID card. Will you take it or not? So you have to check it. If UTI is a public sector, no, UTI is a private entity. But if it is a PSU, then you have to take it. Okay. So you have to check, or if it is a simple company name, you have to treat it as a private limited company. Okay. Public limited, private limited, both you cannot take. You can only take PSU, Mini Ratna, Maharatna companies, okay, government companies, LIC, etc. Right. The next, utility bill which is not more than 2 months old. Remember, 2 months old, of any service provider, electricity, telephone, postpaid mobile phone, piped gas, water bill. Remember, prepaid telephone bill is not allowed. Okay. Property or municipality tax receipt, bank account, post office savings bank account, PPO, pension of family pension payment order. PPO is always a valid document. Okay. Letter of allotment of accommodation from employer issued by state and central government departments. Document issued by Government of India departments of foreign jurisdiction, and letter issued by foreign embassy or mission in India. Right. So person includes who can be a person as per AML KYC, any individual, any HUF, any company, or any firm. Okay. An association of persons or a body individual, whether incorporated or not, that means partnership firms. Every artificial judicial person not falling within any one of the above person, any agency, office or branch owned or controlled by organization. Transaction you need not see it. KYC policy. There are 4 policies in KYC. That is, first is customer acceptance, whether you accept this type of customers or not. Then if this customer is accepted to you, to your bank, then you will identify him, that is customer identification procedure. Then you will monitor his transaction, whether there is a suspicious transaction or not. I think you all knowing about CTR, STR. Check when CTR is to be provided and when STR is to be provided. Risk management, and it is useful in risk management. Getting it? What are the pillars of KYC policy? Pillars of KYC policy: CAP, transaction monitoring, and risk management of the bank. Okay, so customer acceptance policy is first. Bank and FIs to develop clear customer acceptance policies and procedures, including description of the types of customers that are likely to pose a higher than average risk to the bank and FIs, and including the following aspects of customer relationship in the bank and FIs. No account is opened in anonymous and or fictitious Benami name. Getting it? So in Benami name, you cannot use it. Okay, parameters of risk perception are clearly defined in terms of the nature of business activity, location of the customer and his clients, mode of payments, volume of turnover, social and financial status, so that enable bank FI categorizing these customers into low, medium and high risk. I think you be knowing low risk customers, documentation re-KYC in 10 years, medium level customers, medium risk customers 8 years, and high risk once in every 2 years. And you have to categorize customers accordingly, and in this way customers are being accepted by the bank. Okay, not to open an account where the bank FI is unable to apply appropriate customer due diligence measures. Okay, so if there is an area bank is not present and bank cannot do verify this customers place of residing, etc., then bank must not accept these type of customers. Okay, getting it? So customer identification, in customer identification you will take ID proof, address proof, OPD, etc., where you will identify the customer. While establishing banking relationship, while carrying out a financial transaction, when it is required to identify your customers. When banks sell third-party products as agents, while selling banks' own products, when carrying out transaction for a non-account based customer, that is a walk-in customer, where the amount involved is equal to or exceeding 50,000. Okay, so these are the times when you need to identify the customer. Okay, transactions above 50,000, you getting it? You check this circular. I'm just overviewing it. We don't have so much of time to read every bit of it, so check it out. But I am outlining what type of questions will come from here. So customer due diligence requirements while opening account. For opening accounts of individuals, banks should obtain one certified copy of an official valid document containing detail of identity and address, one recent photograph, and such other documents pertaining to the nature of business and financial status of the customer as may be required by bank and FI. Getting it? So one official valid document apart from in identity. When we say what is KYC, we must remember that a photograph, ID proof and address proof, and between ID proof and address proof, one must be a official valid document. The other one may be a CDD, customer due diligence document. Getting it? Getting it? So KYC service of UIDAI, I think you know what is eKYC, by just enabling the Aadhaar thumb impression. Okay, OTP based verification, biometric based verification, biometric plus OTP, that is eKYC. Getting it? So since introduction, it is not necessary for opening accounts under PML Act and rules of the Reserve Bank extend instructions. Bank FI should not insist on introduction for opening of bank accounts. Okay, so since introduction, it is not necessary for him. See, introduction is not necessary. Prior to this, though banks continuing the process of introduction, but nowadays it is not mandatory. Right? What is introduction? If you come to open a bank account to a particular branch, someone of the branch, some customer of the branch, one of the customers of the existing branch should introduce you to the branch. I remember when I was in my plus two in my inter. I wanted to open an account in Andhra Bank. So I have requested so many persons in Andhra Bank, sir, please open an account. Nobody allowed me to open an account. They said, give us give someone who can introduce you. So I thought, who could introduce me? Nobody can introduce me to a bank because I was new to the city. So I wandered there for I think 1 month, and finally I saw one of my faculty of that college visiting the branch. So I wanted to know how to open the branch, and he introduced me. I opened the opened the account there. So I have made transactions for 6 4 months. I put my 1,000 rupees, then I come to withdraw just to know how banking works. So then after 4 or 5 months, I needed money. I wanted to withdraw all the amount. They said, to withdraw all the amount, you need to close it. I said, yes, close it. Then the branch manager called me. I said, me as a student, I allowed you to open the account. You have requested me so many times to open an account, but when it is opened, you want to close it. Are you playing with my time? I said, sir, you have played with my time. I came to you to request you to open for so many days. So I am now taking a revenge. I just want to open. I just want to close, because by the time I knew that bank cannot deny me to close the account. So they, they closed it. So at this time, in 15, 10, or 20 years back, it was a great hurdle for someone to open a bank account. You need to be introduced by someone from the branch. Okay. So this was there. Now the introduction, I think many of you are working in the branch. You'll be knowing that introduction is there. You are taking it as a practice, but introduction is not necessary. I think all the banks have the place to introduce in their application form, but they are not useful nowadays. Private bank, it was never necessary. Private bank, it was never necessary. प्राइवेट बैंक का बस चले तो वो बिना केवाईसी का भी अकाउंट खोल दे. केवाईसी का I have in one of my accounts earlier in one private bank, there was a target. Someone came to me, sir, open an account. I said, I already have an account. Sir, please open an account in your family member's name. I have a target. Okay, and I will close it. You just send photographs to me, and I will sign and I will open it, and I will close it. And he closed it. He opened it and he also closed it without identifying the customer. He took a photograph without even verifying. What we read, we need to have customer identification. That customer needs to visit the branch, or we will visit to the customer. In government bank, we don't visit to the customer. Customers visit us. But in private bank, customers don't visit. The banker need to visit to open the account. So this is the difference. Here they are not worried about customer identification. They are worried about customer documentation. But we need to have proper customer identification. If it is known to you, then also you need to have a proper customer identification. Okay. That doesn't mean that someone is known to you will not be a terrorist. That is not the case. Okay. Yes, average balance is also there. Average balance is the most important thing. Nowadays, everyone is settling to average balance. Very soon, you have to pay for keeping money in banks, like they are in Japan and USA. Simplified measures of to prove identity. Okay, if an individual customer does not have any of the OBDs, then the banks may allow to adopt simplified measures. Simplified measures are there in BSBD accounts, no frills account. I think you will be knowing it. Okay, so they may be allowed, but the customer should fall into low risk. If the OBD is not there, it can be allowed. So where this simplified measures is allowed in small accounts, that is BSBD. Okay, or no frills account. Getting it? Here are the small accounts. I think all of you knowing the features of small account. The aggregate of all credits in financial year does not exceed rupees 1 lakh. The aggregate of all withdrawals and transfer in a month doesn't exceed rupees 10,000. The balance at any point of time does not exceed rupees 50,000. Getting it? These are the main features of small account. Okay. So in KYC, they may ask you small accounts. What is a small account? Because the small account is only differentiated in terms of KYC. You take simplified KYC in small accounts. What are the other words of small account? Synonyms to small account? What is the synonym to small accounts? Yes, BSBDA, right? I have just told it. The other one? Jan Dhan Yojana, you can say it. Yes. Jan Dhan Yojana. No frills. Yes, right. Right. Small account may be opened on basis of a self-attested photograph and affixation of signature or thumbprint. Such accounts may be opened and operated subject to the following: that the designated officer of all the banks while opening the small account certifies under his signature that this person opening the account has affixed his or her signature or thumbprint as the case may be in or his presence. Okay, उसके सामने ही इसको करना होगा, अफिक्स करना है, इसको सर्टिफाई करना होगा कि मेरे सामने इसने थंब दिया है. ठीक है, he has to certify and a bank official should certify that this signature or thumb impression is given in my present. Okay, so only at core banking solution linked branches, small accounts can only be opened in CBS linked branches or in a branch where it is possible manually monitor to ensure foreign remittances. So there in small accounts, foreign remittances are a crime. Okay, should be monitored. A small account shall remain operational initially for a period of 12 months and thereafter for a further period of 12 months if the holder of such account provides evidence before the banking company of having applied of any of the official valid document. Okay, so initially it is valid for 12 months and another 12 months can be given. So within 24 months he has to upgrade. But Jan Dhan Yojana accounts are continuing to enjoy them being in small forever. Okay. So you check it. The small accounts shall be monitored, and when there is a suspicion of money laundering or financing of terrorism activities or other risk scenarios, the identity of the customer shall be established through the production of official valid document. Foreign remittances shall not be allowed to be credited into small account unless the identity of the customer is fully established. In small account, foreign remittances are not allowed. A customer is required to submit only one OBD for both proof of identity or proof of address KYC procedure. If the OBD submitted for proof of identity does not have the proof of address, then the customer is required to submit another OBD for proof of address. Getting it? Either he can submit one OBD for both the purpose, ID and address. If it is like PAN, then he need to submit another OBD for address proof. Okay. Similarly, a customer is required to submit only one OBD proof. Yes. These are the details. I think no banks are not required to obtain fresh documents. Okay. So non face-to-face customers accounts of non-face-to-face customers. With introduction of phone or electronic banking, increasingly accounts are being opened. Okay, so there are non-face-to-face customers because nowadays people are opening accounts in mobile-based OTP services. Okay, so there are some guidelines for them. There you can use simplified KYC norms. For foreign students, there are also norms to use KYC. Banks should follow the following procedures for foreign students. Bank may open non-resident ordinary bank accounts for foreign students on the basis of his or her passport with visa and immigration endorsement, bearing the proof of identity and address in the home country together with a photograph and a letter offering admission from the educational institution of India. Banks should obtain a declaration about the local address with a period of 30 days from opening of the bank account and verify the said local address. During 30 days period, the account should be operated with a condition of allowing foreign remittances not exceeding USD 1000 or equivalent into the account and a cap of monthly withdrawal to rupees 50,000 pending verification address. The account would be treated as a normal NRO account and will be operated in terms of instruction contained in the Reserve Bank of India's instruction on non-resident ordinary rupee account, the provision of Schedule 3 FEMA notification. Okay, so accounts of politically exposed persons. What is that? Politically exposed persons are individuals who are these political parties. I think you will be knowing it. So I think you know that political exposed persons are high risk individuals. Okay, in the event of an existing customer of the beneficial owner of an existing account subsequently becoming a PAP, पहले PAP नहीं था, बाद में PAP बना. A regular customer has now got exposed to political parties. So banks should obtain senior management approval to continue the business relationship with the PAP. Okay, so if a regular customer has suddenly become a PEP, politically exposed person, bank should need the approval to continue the account. Okay, further banks should have appropriate ongoing risk management for PEP. So for other than individuals, what type of KYC can be taken? One certified copy of each of the following documents. The copies are certificate of incorporation, MOA, article of memorandum of association and article of association. Certificate of incorporation will, like we check date of birth, which have to check in company, we have to check the certificate of incorporation when the company took birth, when the company has started. Okay, so a resolution from board of directors and power of attorney granted to its managers or officers or employees to transact on behalf of the company. An official valid document in respect of manager, officer or employees holding an attorney to transact on its behalf. जो इस बैंक के नाम, इस कंपनी के नाम पे ट्रांजैक्ट करेगा, उसका ओवीड लिया जाएगा. The one who is going to transact or manage the account on behalf of the company, his OVD is going to be taken. Right? So banks and FIs need to be vigilant against business entities being used by individuals as a front for maintaining accounts with banks and FIs. Banks and FIs should examine the control structure of the entity, determine the source of funds and identity, then and identify the natural persons who have controlling and interest and who comprise the management. So ये सब चेक करना बहुत ही जरूरी है. These all needs to be checked. When it is a partnership firm, then what we need to take? Registration certificate, partnership deed, an official valid document in respect of the person holding the attorney or transact on its behalf. Right? Where it is a trust, trust deed, registration certificate. Okay. And official valid document in respect of the person who is holding the power of attorney. Where customer is an unincorporated association or a body individual which is not incorporated yet, not formally registered, then resolution of the managing body of such association or body individuals. Body individuals means the company the company, those who are transacting on behalf of the company. Okay, the power of attorney granted to transact on its behalf, officially valid documents in respect to the person holding the attorney. Okay, proprietary concern. In proprietary concern, we take registration certificate, license from municipal authorities under Shop and Establishment Act, sales and income tax return, CST VAT certificates. There is no VAT right now. GST verification, GST number. Okay, so license, etc., and all the documents of the proprietor. Okay, so this is it. Yeah, so go ahead. Hmm. Hmm. Like they will, so they will not ask such questions for the first. They will not ask. They see, they are not here to confuse the students. First thing, yes, if they will ask you with CST VAT, then you put it, because you can make it, because VAT is acceptable, but VAT is no more existing. That is a separate issue. Okay, so they will not ask such questions as far as my knowledge comes, and I can guarantee they will not, because this is not a. If they will ask you about VAT form, this is not a banking question. This will be a general knowledge question, a tricky question. This type of questions they may ask in interview, right? These type of questions they may ask you in interview. Getting it? But if they are going to give you uh, if it is a MCQ based written exam pattern, these type of questions are not asked. Okay, okay, getting it? So don't worry about it. They will not. Because what happens? These type of questions are asked in a manner to understand your what you say, uh, uh, presentation power, right? So these type of questions are not banking questions. uh, what you call that, presence of mind. Yes, these type of questions are asked to check your presence of mind, not banking knowledge. Okay, so if that is not there, is no more valid, then the option will not be there. Okay, they may put it GST plus VAT, GST oblique VAT. So there you have to select it. VAT is a valid document. In case tomorrow they will reintroduce VAT, BJP government goes and Congress government comes, and Congress governments will say no, GST is a BJP branded thing. We will go for VAT. Then VAT will again be acceptable, right? So they have never notified that from today onwards VAT will not be acceptable. VAT is not there. So why they will say like this? So if it is the VAT is mentioned, then put it, because the master circular says there is a VAT. You can take as VAT. If it is not available with you, it's a different thing. We have done away with VAT, VAT registration. It's okay. So, okay, don't worry, presence of mind questions are not being asked in MCQs. And where there is conflict, whether it could be answered or not, these type of questions are not asked. Okay, beneficial ownership. When a bank and FI identifies a customer for opening the account, it should identify the beneficial owner and take all reasonable steps of the PML rules to verify his identity as per guidelines and provided below. So see, what is beneficial ownership? If a account is being opened in the name of a company or name of a person, then we have to find out who is going to be benefited out of this account, for whom the transactions will be made. Okay, so that is need to be checked. controlling ownership interest, if the owner is having the interest or not, this is to be checked. Okay, you can make, see, you can take a insurance policy in the name of your wife. Okay, but you cannot take a insurance policy in the name of your girlfriend or your neighbor's wife, because you may be some hidden interests in it, but you cannot prove your direct interest. So sorry for that, sorry for the such type of comments, but we all always joke. In risk management it is there, okay, in insurance also this is a topic. So sorry for that if it hurt to anyone, but these type of things are there. You should have a direct interest. If you are taking a insurance in somebody's name, you should have a direct interest. Okay, Anil, thank you. You should have you should establish a direct legal legally valid interest, right? So if you are opening in a name of a blind person, and you know that this person has no income and he has not going to transact in this account, okay, somebody else is opening on his behalf, and he will put money, he will withdraw money on his behalf. Someone has coming and he's saying that this account is going to be opened his name, because I don't have ready. Okay, Vikas says awesome. Okay, thank you. So you cannot open account if the other one has some interest in this account, right? So you need to recheck it. Need this type of examples to understand well. Irfan, okay, thank you. Arey, it comes into mind. I normally don't joke in class, but sometimes it come to mind. Okay, so this is it. Okay, this is a secondary topic. Let's go ahead. So whether a client is a partner in a partnership firm, is the beneficial owner or natural person, who whether acting alone or together or through one or more judicial person, has or have ownership of entitlement to more than 15% of capital or profits of the partnership. Okay. So where the client is on incorporated person, so normally in individual accounts, the beneficial owner is the individual. But in company's case, in firm's case, you need to check whether this person is going to transact on behalf of the company. The money from the business transaction is going to be put, or some other. If a account is opened in the name of company and personal transactions are being made, then it is not valid. Okay, so that needs to be checked. Where a client is a trust, and the identification on behalf of the owner shall include identification of the author of the trust and trustee, the the beneficiaries with 15% or more interest in the trust, and any other natural person exercising ultimate effective control over the trust through a chain of control and ownership. So if it is a trust and someone who has 15% or less than 15% interest, then he cannot open the account. 15% plus more interest, he can open the account. Okay. So introduction of new techniques. These you need to check it. Reporting to Financial Intelligence Unit India. So 1 second, I think we missed something. Correspondent bank, walk-in customers. Okay, 1 second. Okay, beneficiary ownership. Introduction of new techniques. Credit card, debit card, smart card, gift card. Banks should pay special attention of anti-money laundering to all of this. I think we have already covered 1 hour. I will just check the highlights of KYC. I think you are all reading the PDF. We'll just highlight it. Periodic updation of KYC. I think you know. For low risk it is 10 years. Medium risk it is 8 years. High risk it is 2 years. Fresh photographs to be obtained from minor customer obtaining measure. If you have opened the account of a minor, and when he attains majority or attains the age of 18, you need to tell him, sir, please provide one class on economy. Yes, 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 I will try my best. Try my best. Okay, I'll try my best. Before the exam I will conduct it, don't worry. Okay, so freezing and closure of accounts, I think we'll conduct the second edition of this class for tomorrow. We have already crossed 54 minutes. We will complete it in second class. We'll take half an hour more in our class 2. Okay. Okay. We should not go long. I think we have discussed fairly well today. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes, vigilance, I have to take it. Yes, definitely, definitely. Okay, don't worry. Okay, okay. So, thank you all for being in the class. Okay, okay, great. So, good night, all.